Hello, Aldersgate UMC family and friends. Pastor Randy here from the sanctuary of Aldersgate United Methodist Church for our weekly devotional thought. You may notice that our altar has changed here, and that's because our sermon series, as we move into the month of August, has also changed. We are now into superheroes of the Bible, and we're going to be looking at some of the different characters from biblical stories and talk about what that means for the day in which we live. Of course, I want to share with you some real neat sayings of Paul from Romans 8, and such things as we are more than conquerors through Jesus Christ, and that if Christ is for us, who can be against us? And then he wraps that up by saying, can anything separate us from the love of Christ? Now, you know as well as I do that these are challenging days that we're facing. There are so many pastoral care needs that are coming in as we continue to figure our way through dealing with this virus and the social unrest that is facing so many people, not just our country, but touching so many lives individually. And so we want to give a little hope and encouragement as we go along through this series for the facing of these days. We're going to be talking about some of the superheroes of the Bible. Some you know very well, some you may not know so well. We're going to be talking about Moses, which is what we just talked about this past Sunday, and his leadership and how he finds help as he helps lead the way for the people. And we're going to talk about Joshua being strong and courageous. You're going to hear about Queen Esther, who came for such a time as this. You're going to hear about Shiphrah and Puah, who broke the rules to save a baby named Moses. And you're also going to hear about a donkey who came to save the day. I wonder, who is your favorite Bible hero? Think about that. And then think about, why are they your favorite Bible hero? Why are they your favorite character? You know, Marvel and DC Comics have lots of superheroes. Some of my favorite are Thor and Black Widow. That movie's coming out a little bit later this summer. Captain Marvel, Black Panther, I love. Captain America, Iron Man, Wonder Woman, Superman, just to name a few. Now, the interesting thing about them is they all have a source where their superpowers come from. It could be a super-sized hammer, or super spider bites, or serums, or special power sources, kryptonite, often because of accidents, tragedies, and they rise up in times of great tragedy, threats, and to evil beings and to evil activities. And through that, it often seems that evil and outside threats and challenges will win the day. But these superheroes always seem to overcome, and some even sacrifice themselves for the greater good. With much power comes much responsibility is a major Spider-Man concept. The Green Lantern, no matter how bad things get, something good is out there over the horizon. And then Batman, I'll wear a mask. And that mask is not to hide who I am, but to create who I am. Now, I'm not all into wearing a mask, but I wear a mask because I want to protect others, and I want to be sure that I take care of myself as well. And no, for me, my mask doesn't define me, but a lot of people like wearing masks of their favorite sports teams or activities because those are things that are important to them. Captain Marvel, Mrs. Marvel, she says, when you decide not to be afraid, you can find friends in super unexpected places. Wonder Woman, I will fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. And as my friend from the first grade posted in Facebook recently, God gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Thanks, Faye, for sharing that. God often encourages our biblical characters to be strong and courageous, to remember that God is always with us. When we are weak, God is strong. God's grace is sufficient for me. They who wait upon the Lord, they shall renew their strength. Trust in the Lord forever, for in the Lord God we have an everlasting rock. And then we're back to Romans 8, 31 through 39. If God is for us, who can be against us? For we shall never be able to be separated from the love of Jesus Christ. We are more than conquerors. Through these days of uncertainty, challenge, threat of violence, and social unrest, may God give each of us hope and strength and courage, knowing God is for us and with us forever. Nothing can separate us, nothing can separate you from the love of God. So live in faith, not in fear. Live in hope, not in despair. Live in love and not in hate. For greater is God who is in us than he who is in the world. Have a great week. Keep tuning in to the superheroes of the Bible stories, and God bless.